Hi! Good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel, DLG Reppin. That's spelled Romeo Echo Papa Papa Indigo November. So, to the ladies, to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, how's your day been? I went for an induction at work and it's with Croydon Council. For those of you around the world that don't know about Croydon Council, it's a place in the south of London, England. Yep. And it's rewarding because not only do I bump up my pay rate, but there's more structure to the council. So I'm delighted to get the job there and keep me busy, really. So enough about work. Let's talk about football. And this football was based on my preview for the Arsenal Molde game, Europa League group stages. Plus, I'm going to be picking my preferred starting 11 and who I would like to see play, and my substitution bench. I'm going to pick up to as many as 10 or 11 players, because you're allowed up to as many as 10 or 11 players and 5 substitutions. Interesting. I wonder if that could happen in the Premier League. Nah, let's keep it in Europa League. But I don't know if they should even do that, To be honest, I think it should stay free because it just gives the winning team an excuse to waste time. Let's be real. But anyway, it's Arsenal v Molde tomorrow evening, and I don't know too much about Molde other than Ole Solskjaer managed them. They played 2 games. I think they've won 1. And they've lost 1. I might be wrong there. If there's any Molde fans, come and tell me a little bit about your football club, your team, your manager, and your stadium. Talk to me about the history of your football club. I would like to know, and I'll be willing to indulge in a conversation with you. And if you can preach an opinion for me, or you've got a view on my channel, then yeah, leave it in the comment section below. I always say, guys, smash the thumbs up like button and less of the down ones if you don't mind. It's up to you. And please subscribe to my channel. That's DLG Reppin. I have another subscriber. I don't know who it is, but massive shout out to yourself. Yeah. Thanks for the love and the appreciation and support. I am forever grateful for that. And what's it? Big up yourself. Don't know who you are. It would be nice to have known who you are and by name, but big up yourself for subscribing to my channel. Now that I've got 58 subscribers again, 942 subscribers to go. Let's keep this channel growing. Let's push this subscriber. Let's push up these subscribe numbers. Let's get to 100 before Christmas. It can be done. All we need to do is just keep being consistent. Like myself, I have to keep being consistent to you guys, and you guys can be consistent by telling your friends and your relatives. And speaking of shout out to Richard Robertson for subscribing to my channel. Man who works for Hackney Council. Well, I want to say another word, but he works for Hackney. Big up yourself, Richard Robertson. And a massive shout out to William Orpham from Hackney Manor. Yeah. Massive shout out to you. Or Richard, should I say massive shout out to you from Hackney Manor, yeah? Massive shout out to you. Big up yourself. So, let's get to the starting 11. In goal, Alex Renarson. The other night, last week, Thursday, great with his handling. Commanding. And, when I say great with his handling, he dealt with set-piece situations, which was comfortable for him. And I think Molde will give us a bit of a test. Well, we'll give him a little bit of a test. So we're going to see what goalkeeper we really have in him. Hopefully they give us a bit of a test, but hopefully not. The defence ain't going to be the same as Sunday, that's for sure. But Alex Renarsson starts. Right, the back four will be Cedric Suarez. I mean, I still stand by what I say about him whipping more crosses than Bellerin in a short space of time of his Arsenal career, more than what Bellerin's done in the last, 4 or 5 years. Defensively, always, he's always comfortable defensively and switched on. Offensively, he's reasonable to say the least, and he does put in a cross when he can get an opportunity. He does put in crosses when he gets the opportunity to do so. I'm going to go with Cedric Suarez. This is another guy who needs game time. He has an opportunity. I think he'll have another opportunity to impress the management and give him a headache. Centre half pairing. I'm going to go with William Saliba. Now I'm hearing these disturbing rumours that he wants out of the club because he's not getting any game time. This would be a massive mistake. Mikel Arteta, please look at him. Don't even send him out on loan for him to get ideas of wanting to leave Arsenal. Please have a look at him playing for this game. Let's get 90 minutes plus stoppage time out of William Saliba. We spent the same amount of money that we spent on Gabriel Magalhaes. Now let's get this guy some games under his belt. This is a potential top class centre half. Could tomorrow be a world class centre half? We don't want to regret this. We want him and Magalhaes to be our long-term defensive partnership in the back four, and I want to see William Saliba start this game. So please, let's start him. Alongside him, this is going to be a difficult one. Murray and Chambers are still injured. Nah, Chambers ain't injured. I'm going to go Callum Chambers. Yeah, I'm going to go Callum Chambers in this one for this one. I think he's a guy who's due a game. He's got enough experience and he can help William Saliba settle down. It's just unfortunate that when he was on the run of game, when he was having a run of games, he got injured in the home game against Chelsea in a 2-1 defeat, and we had no other alternative but to bring in Mustafi. And I don't want to see Mustafi in this team, personally. I want the Saliba in this team. He's the future, as well as the present. He's the present and the future, should I say. And I'm going to have him alongside Callum Chambers, who's... I don't think he's injured as such. If he is, then we have to go with Mustafi, but I'll prefer to see Chambers. Left back, I'm going to go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I want to touch Kolasinac with a 10-foot bent barge pole. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is my preferred choice in that position. He's had great games there, and he hasn't had good games of recently, but he's capable of having good games there. And going forward, he can cause Molde problems, I believe. Right, the three in the midfield is a 4-3-3, by the way, my formation. The three in the midfield, I'm going to go with Xhaka to sit. I mean, I couldn't go with anyone else. If Torreira was still at the club, I would have gone with him. But there you go, that's another story. I'm going to go with Xhaka. I think he's capable of doing the job there. It's against opponents who haven't got the quality of our rival teams, such as Man City or the Liverpool midfielders, or who can run rings around him. And I don't think he'd be troubled too much in this game. I think it's a sort of a match that will he will try and make a statement and tell Mikel Arteta, maybe you should look at me. But nah, he's starting in this game. I won't start him in the game against Villa, especially in the Premier League being played at an intensity with a lot of speed and a lot of aggression. Not for me. Xhaka starts in the holding role. The midfielders alongside him on his right hand side, on the right hand side of the midfield. I'm gonna go with Dani Ceballos. I mean, he is definitely pushing to get back into the first team and convince Arteta that he can play alongside He can play in the three alongside Partey and El Nene. But for me, I'll go with Daniel Ceballos for this game, and I will go with Joe Willock, who was I thought he was my man of the match in the last group game. What a display he produced! Not only did he produce a bit of skill towards the business end of that game and mugged off his defender, but he scored a good goal as well, and he was all over that pitch, very energetic. And if he can get the end product right in his game, he is a hell of a footballer. I do like him a lot. Joe Willock. Right, the front three. Well, on the right, this is a no-brainer. Nicola Pepe. Now, he's another one who's out there. He's going to be out there to make a point. I think William got the job on Sunday due to the fact that his defensive discipline is a lot more superior to Nicola Pepe. However, Pepe, if we haven't got the ball, he's going to have to help out Cedric Suarez in the discipline department. Otherwise, there's no point of putting him into the team or in the first, or let alone in the first team. But Pepe, he can make things happen. He's got the speed, he's got the dribbling ability. He just needs to know when to use it and know when not to use it, if you get what I'm saying. He starts. On the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Reece Nelson. He can occupy he can occupy the left-hand side for me. He had a fabulous game last week, and I expect him to carry on from here. And let's hope he can push on to cause Arteta a headache. And that's what we want, competition for places. This is the reason why I play some of these young players. So Maitland-Niles starts for me. I mean, Maitland-Niles, he's on the left. Reece Nelson starts for me. Well, Reece and Maitland-Niles can develop an understanding if they are to start this game. Well, I'm going to go with them. I said that twice. Yeah. Up top, I'm going to go with Folarin Balogun. That's how we pronounce it. We break it down in that accent. Folarin Balogun. For me, he's had a lot of positive feedbacks about his goal scoring ability, and we hear that he's full of talent. And in the business end of last week when he came on, he just did what a striker should do: try hold the ball up, lay it off to his teammates. You know, it was just too little for him to. It's too little, too late for him to settle down into the game. But you can see the type of striker we have, and he looks like he wants to score. And I think it's a case of him. He wanted to really impress. He could have done by getting onto the pitch a lot sooner. So Balogun on the bench. I mean, Balogun, he starts for me this game. So that's my 4-3-3 sorted. I'm going for my substitutions. In goal, Matt Macy. I'm not going to go with the two goalkeeper solution. I don't know why. Berliner can have a rest for the Villa game. And I'm going to be resting key players, as I can pick 10 or 11 for my substitution bench. Matt Macy, yeah, he can start on the bench for me. I mean, he's due to have a chance. I mean, I would have considered starting him for this game instead of Renarsson, but I'm going to go with Macy on the bench. Right, I guess we'll have to go with David Squadron Mustafi. He did come on against Manchester United, and to be fair, and he did win defensive headers as United were pumping crosses in or balls into the box. He won a couple of his headers, and the same with he won headers, and he done a reasonable job. He just settled in, so, and rightfully so, he got a 7 out of 10. So I will go with Mustafi. Not just experience, but he did have some good games under Arteta at the business end of last season. So Mustafi. David Luiz is on my bench. He brings in a lot of experience for me, and he's had a couple of good games as well. If David Luiz is fit, he starts on the bench. Let's see. Substitute number 4. Who could that be? I think I'll give El Nani and Partey a rest. But we're gonna need some midfielders. Emiro Smith. I'll have him on my bench. I mean, he had a good business end of last season in the Championship, and he's back in the squad, and he's another one who wants to prove a point to himself, not just to the manager. So Rose Smith, Ben Sheaf, defensive, sitting midfield player who likes to sit in front of the defence, 10 yards in front of the defenders. So I don't know too much about him. I've seen maybe a glimpse of him. I know that he's a tall lad. So I'll go with him. He can also occupy as a centre half as well. So Ben Schiff, he can start on the bench. Have we got any midfield wingers? Gabriel Martinelli, how fit is he? Still think Gabriel Martinelli's weeks away. This is interesting. I'll tell you what, I'll go with Bukayo Saka. Didn't have the best of games, and I would expect him to I expect him to be selected against Aston Villa on Sunday. It wasn't a bad game, but he definitely won a good game. But he did try, and he did put in his shift defensively. So I'll have him on the bench. I think I'll have Willian on the bench for me. Not one of his better performances, but what he did put in a shift, and he played the pass that led to the penalty, I suppose. Other than that, it wasn't much. Positive feedback from him from his game, so he starts on the bench. Eddie Nketiah, I would think Arteta will start him, but I would have him on my bench. I'll definitely bring him on with 25 minutes to go of the game. Someone who could run around, close defenders down, and then get in their faces, and even getting the keepers' faces. I mean, anyone who watched Southampton v Arsenal from a football neutral point of view, you would have seen Eddie Nketiah score a goal when he nicked the ball of the goalkeeper. I think it was McCarthy. That's the type of player that we've got in our squad, who's prepared to chase down keepers and centre halves, defenders all day long. So Eddie Nketiah on the bench. Alexander Lacazette, not the best game. He's been poor in the last 5-6 games. Not been impressed with his attitude, his work rate. I guess he's a guy who deserves to be on the bench. Where can I go? Matt Smith, a promising young centre half. I haven't seen much of him as such. I haven't seen any of him. He's obviously been playing for the under 21s or under 23s. I think he's impressed the head scouts there. So yeah, he gets a place on the bench, and I think that concludes my bench, and that concludes my starting 11 formation, and I'm going to wrap it up from here. So ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys to the girls, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, thank you for listening, and I should be back later on this evening with some updated football context. Otherwise, I look forward to another Arsenal game. I feel that we could win. Score predictions, like I said, like I always say, if you have a score prediction, leave it in the comment section below. I predict us to win by 2 to 3 clear goals. I'm not a score predictor. I never have been, and I never will do. So leave it in the comment section below. Smash the thumbs up, like button. I'd really appreciate that. And if you can, and hopefully not get the thumbs down. And do remember to hit the subscribe button left, right, and centre. And remember, 58 subscribers for me in nearly 10 months is not bad. I could do a little bit more, but I can do with a lot more, like over 100 or up to 100 before Christmas. Other than that, do enjoy your day, keep doing what you're doing, and I'll speak to you soon. See you later, and nice.